everybody, it's Diane. Well, this is the results from my monster roll call number 2 that I had yesterday. These are the players that are being featured with reviews because they were quick to get into my video yesterday when I did the call out and let me know that they were there and they gave me their information. A few of them gave me incorrect information, and this one I didn't catch until I went to make the video, and I could not enter this friend code. So, Ugly Furcorn, hopefully next time you'll get in and give me the correct information. So the king was able to squeak in there and get to be number 10. So let's go into the game and take a look at our featured players here. Oh, here's my Cold Island. This is the one that I just confirmed the new breeding combination for the Yule, which is the Thumpy and Congo. They did change that for us. So now it's Thumpy and Congo. Let's go into my favorites folder. And Jonny Hamilton is the first player that responded yesterday to having his island reviewed. So I guess I should probably turn this down a little bit. Ooh, this is great. Jonny, wow, this is great. What fun. I did a video not too long ago about a noggin flash mob, and they can make a lot of coins for you, all these noggins lined up. But you have to collect the money often, but obviously that's probably not the reason he did that. I really think it's a cool looking island. Something totally different, something different than we've seen before. I've not seen that many noggins on an island, and that's kind of fun. It's fun to see Paradise Castle too. So baking, probably time to do some baking, but the island looks really fabulous. And again, I do find that the noggin formation and all those noggins, I like it a lot. Now, I've already been in and lit a torch and liked islands on all these players earlier today. So I'm just going to continue on. Now our next player to be reviewed, oops, wrong way, is this one, FLRP, like Ethereal. And of course she would like Ethereal reviewed today. So I'm trying not to be so much of a review as I am just trying to feature everybody and give you a chance to see everybody's islands. This is a great looking island. I like the clean, simple lines. It's not congested, full of monsters, which is a good, bad thing. I don't know. I really like the bigified socks. For those of you that haven't been in your game for a while, in the newest update, we got the Paradise Castle, which is 90 beds on the other islands. And we also got a feature now where we can bigify our monsters. For 2 diamonds, we can bigify them for 24 hours or 20 diamonds permanently. And you can toggle back and forth. You can unbigify them at will and rebigify them whenever you want. But very nice looking island. Sounds great. Looks really beautiful. Need a couple castle upgrades, but very nice looking island. So our second player that we're going to review, oops, I must have missed it here. Here it is. Daniel, marzo.dias.daniel. And he asked us to take a look at his plant island. This feels very familiar to me. When I first started my game, that's how I started out my game, was Lots of Enterbrats. So any new game that I do start up is always filled with lots of Enterbrats. The castle upgrades quickly because it's not as expensive as your other islands. And your Enterbrats make a lot of coins. So that's very nice looking, and I do like the lineup of the Enterbrats. I also like that he's got 3 Wubbeks. That means he's very busy on his island, breeding monsters to feed to the Wubbeks. And it's a good idea. You can just pop them in the hotel until you place your Wubbeks and then pull them out and feed them into the Wubbeks. But very nice looking island. Punkleton and Sugarbush on the island. Great. Time Machine. Another one that's not baking. I try to be always baking. My main game, you'll find that I'm not always baking because I have almost 300 million in food stored up. But we have gassed. So, yep, very good. Very nice looking island. I like it. Just a little bit of baking. Our next player is Josh Lakey. Now, Josh and I have been friends for quite some time. Over a year now, Josh and I have been friends in the game. And Josh is a leader in the game. You'll find that he's one of the first ones with information and sharing information. He's pretty active on Facebook, sharing his knowledge and information. But this is Josh Lakey's Ethereal Island. It's really beautiful. I really love the Grumpire featured in the middle. I hadn't seen a bigified Grumpire yet, so that's pretty cool. Bookcased by the Fung Prey, but I really like the looks of that. Great sound. Beautiful, very beautiful. There's Fung Prey and Humbug are my 2 favorite monsters. Punkleton and Sugarbush are my other 2 favorite monsters. Although I have many in addition to those. But so our next player, Enzo SS. Enzo asked us to take a look at Plant Island. Right away, you'll notice the sound is changed and sped up. That's because there's a time machine on the island which you can control the speed that the monsters sing, faster or slower depending on how you toggle the time machine. Great. Again, simple, clean island. Looked like we're trying to breed a Punkleton here. Bogart and T-Rocks. Punkleton. Three Sugarbush. I love it. Cool. Very good. So again, another player who needs to be baking. I would suggest that we're always trying to bake something, even if you're baking pizzas, but always be baking something. But Island looks great. Okay, the next one that we're going to review is Oliver. Oliver asked us to also look at Plant Island. There we go. Let's light a torch here for Oliver. I think I might have already liked it earlier. Okay, so It looks a little bit sparse, like we're, fairly new in the game. But he's got some key monsters, the Sugarbush, Gast, and Enderbrat. And he is baking. Not in every bakery, but baking. I'm glad to see baking. It looks like we may have one of every monster. I'm just saying that at a glance. Very good sound. Yeah, very balanced, great looking island. Lacking decorations. I don't see any. No unity tree. No hotel, no storage shed. So Oliver needs to work on moving monsters next to each other to make them happy. If I moved Enterbrat, Mammoth over here next to Enterbrat, he'd be 25% happy. And if I bought an inexpensive little flappy flag and placed that next to Enterbrat, Enterbrat would be 50% happy in making you a faster amount of coins. It doesn't make them give you more coins, it just makes you give them to you quicker. That makes sense. So that's why we wanted to make the big monsters, these three here. We want to try and get some likes on the island for these guys. If you have a unity tree, I'm going to move on to the next one. If you have a unity tree, the unity tree will allow you to place the monsters' likes anywhere on the island. And that'll make the monsters still happy even though they're not next to them. Now, JP Doll asked me to review water or ethereal. So I'm going to choose water since we haven't seen a water island yet today. So this is Jill. She's one of my Twitter friends. And yes, it's beautiful. Jill's been playing for quite some time. And it is fun when you've been playing a while to have built up enough money that you can buy this many expensive decorations. And I really like the animated decorations. I think they're pretty cool. This one's called a tub fountain. And then the amber thing, which has the fling-a-thing inside an amber rock. Big Blue Bubble has a game called Fling-a-thing. But it looks great. I like the colors of the geodes, the blabbits, and the scups. I just like those three colors lined up. And this is one of my favorite shell beat formations also. But very nice looking island. We're baking in every bakery. I like the garden in the front. Jill is an excellent torchlighter. I noticed that almost all of her torches are lit, and that makes sense because I bet her friends are lighting her torches back because she's so good at lighting theirs. So I know she's really good at lighting mine. She's one of my best torchlighters. So I am encouraging you guys to go in and light torches. Add these people as friends in your games. Light their torches. If you want to share referral diamonds with them, great. Here's Joe Andrews. He's going to have us look at Air Island. But if you've seen an island here that you really like and you like their work, and you haven't used your submit referral diamonds yet, share them with them. So this is Joe Andrews, Air Island. Okay, so the first thing I notice is it's very sparse of monsters. But, of course, as we know, when you're building islands, when you get to Air Island, things are so expensive as you progress into buying new islands. They get more and more expensive, so it's hard to do your upgrades. But I noticed that there aren't too many monsters, but we have a unity tree, which is 1,000 coins. I'm always glad to see somebody have a unity tree, but we have no bakeries. And we have some very expensive decorations that I probably would have invested the money for these decorations into baking. and breeding monsters and feeding them rather than decorating too much too early in your game. But that's just my opinion. I try not to spend too much money making even my 3-element monsters. I really focus on my 4-element monsters, getting them happy. And of course, Ghast and the Ethereals. But the island looks nice. It sounds great. And keep playing. Looks like you're doing a good job. The next one that we're going to look at is Ostrich. Right here. Ostrich. And Ostrich, we're going to look at Plant Island for Ostrich. I like the formation of the decorations. Let's zoom in here. We've got baking in one bakery, time machine. The one thing I would say about a bakery is if I had 500,000 coins to invest in baking, I would bake it in 6 bakeries instead of maybe 1, because then I would get my food in 6 hours and I can feed it right away to my monsters. But that's just my suggestion, and that's my strategy, is bake and take that food and always try and have my food bank empty, but I'm always baking because I feed it right away to my monsters. But so Enterbrot, great. Ghast's great. Punkleton and Sugarbush. Look at T-Rox peeking out through the torches. Pretty funny. Oh, and we've got another Sugarbush hatching here. So great. Good sound. I really like the design of your island. It looks great. And then the last player we're going to visit is the King. And we're looking at Plant Island. Okay, well, this was the first one that we've seen that had all the pavers. He's got a lot of pavers on the ground. It really makes the floor look different. I like the look of pavers. It takes a lot of time placing this many pavers, but it looks good. No baking. So we have a lot of players that aren't baking anymore. But if you are planning on growing your island, you always have to be baking something. Island looks great. Sounds great. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Ghast, Sugarbush, Wubbux. Got a lot of great monsters. Well balanced island. Good sound. Looks like we need some torch lighting. We also are going after a Punkleton on this Plant Island also. As you know, for a week we can breed or buy any of the seasonal monsters on all of the islands for the first time ever until next week, or this coming next Friday. We can get in and breed and get the seasonal monsters. Also, great job on getting Paradise Castle. We can put up to 90 beds worth of monsters in this island now with a Paradise Castle. So it used to be 60, and now it's 90. So he's probably got a few beds to fill. But looks great. That's it for now. That's our islands. I will be doing another roll call later. Please listen to the video and listen to the instructions in that video. Good luck on getting into the next one so I can review your island. I really enjoy seeing everybody's designs and sounds on their islands. And I hope you enjoy this video. And I hope that you make these players your friends. Add them to your game. Let's look at their... Add them to your game. Light their torches. Hopefully they'll reciprocate and light yours as well. But so these are my islands for this monster roll call. Stay tuned for monster roll call number 3. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye now.